Used car advertisements are designed to make you climb the trim ladder. When heavy depreciation compresses the prices, a fully loaded flagship model suddenly looks like an absolute bargain compared to the base version sitting right next to it. The dealership points out everything you are supposedly gaining for that small price bump: the panoramic glass roof, the massive 19-inch alloy wheels, the motorized leather memory seats, and a dashboard full of complex electronics. But the showroom promise ignores the used car reality. Aging motorized seats jam on their tracks, electronic tailgates suffer strut failures, and those panoramic seals inevitably degrade under the Australian sun, letting heavy rain drip straight into your cabin. Then you face the recurring maintenance costs. Massive, low-profile wheels require specific, expensive rubber. A routine tire replacement on a top-spec SUV can easily hand you a $1,200 invoice, completely wiping out whatever money you thought you saved on the purchase price. Buying a depreciated top-spec model frequently means paying a base model price up front, only to inherit a luxury tier repair bill the moment you drive it home. There is a highly effective defense against this trap. Selecting a lower trim level allows you to retain the exact same structural engineering, cabin space, safety cell, and core drivetrain as the flagship model. This strategy requires a precise balance. You are not sacrificing essential safety technology like autonomous emergency braking. You are actively stripping away the cosmetic and electronic equipment mathematically most likely to fail over the next 5 years. To prove how this works, we are evaluating 5 Australian market used cars based strictly on their total cost of ownership. We will show you exactly how the simplest safe grade results in the smartest long-term investment. This chart graphs initial purchase price against 5-year maintenance risk. The Mitsubishi Outlander ES drops right into the optimal zone. It provides a massive cabin and cargo area while stripping out the liability of neglected leather interiors and inevitable electric tailgate failures. The lower trim also equips the Outlander with smaller factory wheels. That thicker tire sidewall physically compresses to absorb severe pothole impacts, actively protecting your suspension components from the heavy wear of urban driving. To buy one safely, mandate a completely cold engine start. Inspect the service history for the exact Mitsubishi CVT fluid, and listen carefully during the test drive for any shudder, flare, or bearing noise. By deleting the luxury features that turn other aging SUVs into financial liabilities, the Outlander ES secures its position as the ultimate space per dollar family vehicle. The 2017 to 2021 Hyundai i30 PD Active pairs a 2.0-liter naturally aspirated engine with a conventional 6-speed automatic. It serves as the pragmatic, reliable alternative to the turbocharged, firmly sprung N-Line models. Bypassing the N-Line and premium grades delivers immediate financial returns. You secure significantly lower annual insurance premiums, and the smaller standard wheels generate substantial savings every time the car requires new tires. Many of these active models began life as rental or fleet vehicles. A rigorously maintained fleet car with complete service records often possesses much better mechanical health than an irregularly serviced private vehicle. You must verify that fleet history with physical evidence. Compare the odometer reading directly against interior wear and have a mechanic physically check the suspension for excessive joint play. Once you verify the specific safety hardware through the VIN, an X-Fleet i30 Active functions as a practically bulletproof commuter, completely ignoring expensive performance gimmicks. The 2019 to 2024 Subaru Forester S5 2.5iL hits the absolute sweet spot of the range. The core engineering, the 2.5-liter boxer engine, 220 millimeters of ground clearance, and the permanent all-wheel drive system is identical across almost all petrol grades. For Subaru's permanent all-wheel drive, all 4 tires must match perfectly. A smaller tire sends damaging stress straight into the center differential. Replacing 4 massive 19-inch flagship tires makes the smaller standard wheels on the 2.5iL a critical financial advantage. You must test the EyeSight safety system on the test drive. If the windscreen has ever been replaced without correct calibration, the driver monitoring faults are highly irritating and expensive to correct. The 2.5iL gives you the Forester's legendary all-weather capability, while successfully dodging the severe financial penalties of flagship tire replacements and leaking sunroofs. For the 2017 to 2021 Mazda CX-5, the target is the Maxx Sport trim paired strictly with the 2.5-liter petrol engine and the 6-speed automatic. You must actively avoid the sluggish 2.0-liter petrol and the highly complex mechanical risk profile of the 2.2-liter diesel. Passing on the expensive GT or Acera grades upgrades your actual ownership experience. You eliminate the risk of sunroof drain blockages causing water damage, and cloth seats prevent the inevitable cracking found in neglected leather. Used Mazdas have a specific vulnerability in their infotainment screens. You must systematically test for ghost touch, screen delamination, and random menu movements while parked, and then again while out on the road test. On all-wheel drive variants, the drivetrain requires physical verification. Get a mechanic underneath to sweep a flashlight over the rear coupling and differential to check for fluid leaks and wear. The 2.5-liter Maxx Sport isolates Mazda's renowned steering and driving dynamics from the inflated maintenance expenses attached to the flagship trims, making it the most rational choice in the lineup. The base Toyota Camry XV70 Ascent 2.5-liter petrol reaches number 1 by proving exactly how little you actually lose when you avoid the expensive trim. The base model includes the exact same large passenger compartment, the same comfortable suspension tune, and foundational Toyota Safety Sense technology, including active cruise control, found in models costing thousands more. The naturally aspirated petrol engine and conventional automatic transmission offer the absolute simplest long-term ownership path, completely bypassing specialized maintenance requirements of the distinct hybrid and V6 variants. Because these were popular commercial vehicles, you must run a PPSR check to verify the title. Physically inspect the rear doors, boot sills, and seatbelts to separate a well-serviced corporate fleet car from an abused rideshare vehicle. By perfectly preserving the space, comfort, and safety of the vehicle, while mathematically minimizing every unnecessary repair risk, the Camry Ascent stands as the smartest lower trim purchase on the market. To execute this strategy yourself, stop comparing cosmetic equipment lists. Check the mechanical specifications to ensure your target lower trim shares the identical engine, brakes, and safety cell as the flagship. Financially stress test your decision. Call a tire shop and physically quote the replacement prices for every wheel size available on that model before you commit to a trim grade. If you insist on buying a higher grade, ruthlessly test the powered seats, the electric tailgates, and the sunroof drains. Ask yourself if those memory functions will actually be used, or if they will just become future liabilities. Buying a lower trim or an ex-fleet vehicle never excuses poor physical condition. Independent mechanical inspections and VIN recall checks are mandatory on every single purchase. The final rule is simple. This pie chart outlines the smart approach. Purchase the absolute lowest trim that contains the safety and practical equipment you genuinely need, and ruthlessly redirect the money saved into quality tires, fluid flushes, and a baseline service.